See 58 number question here. In India, other than the ensuring that the public funds are used efficiently and yes, intended purpose, what is the importance as we know that's the office of the CAG? Show A option C. That is the CAG exercise exchequer the control on the behalf of the parliamentary when the President of India declare the national emergency and financial emergency. No, that is absolutely wrong. Second one, see, the CAG reports on the execution of the project or the program by the ministry are discussed by yes, see, ministries are discussed by the Public Account Committee. Sure, absolutely correct. This is a role of the CAGs, of course, that is going to report on execution of the project or the program by the ministry or the discuss. Second, see, third option that information from CAG is report can be used by investigation agency to press the charge against those yes who are the violated the law while the managing public finance. So absolutely correct, of course. And fourth one, so while dealing with audit or the accounting of the government, so the company, CAG has the certain judicial power for yes prosecuting yes those who violate the law. No, that is going to be wrong. So here C will be your appropriate answer. 59C. The Prime Minister of India has been at the time of her or his appointment not necessary to be the member of the one of the houses of the parliament, but must they become of the one or yes the house within the 6 months. See, within the 6 months. 59 number, of course, A is going to be absolutely correct. Why it is shows because yes, it has been clearly mentioned here. See, needn't necessary to be the member of the one houses of the parliament, of course, but must be become yes one of the house member within 6 months. So absolutely is going to be correct here. Why not B can be is because yes, needed necessary to be the member of the houses of the parliament, but must they become the Lok Sabha? No. Of course, a Rajya Sabha member also is going to be the Prime Minister. So B is going to be absolutely wrong here. Now see, C option must be the member of the one house of the parliament, must be the member of the Lok Sabha. No, both are going to be correct. So now which 66 number, no 60 number, let's have now 60 number questions. As we know that deadlock between Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha call for joint sitting of the parliament during the of course during the passage of ordinary legislations, the money bill and constitution amendment bill. No, only ordinary, of course, deadlock between the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha calls for joint sitting of the parliament during the of course the passage of ordinary legislations. 60 of course absolutely. Third and fourth, as we know, sorry, second and third is going to be wrong here. Now 61. What will follow if the money bill is substantially amended by yes Rajya Sabha? So here what will follow? Now see, here we have to choose that which one is going to be a correct option that's given in the option here. See 61. As we know that yes the Lok Sabha may still proceed with the bill accepting or not accepting the recommendation of the Rajya Sabha. Absolutely right, my dears. The Lok Sabha can't consider bill further. No, that can be, of course, because Lok Sabha is having the power. Sure. C option. C. Lok Sabha may send the bill to the reconsideration. No, Lok Sabha has the powers to the pass, and the president may call the joint sitting for passing the bill. No, it's not important that to recommend of the Rajya Sabha. Only they can give the aids and advice, but that aids and advice is not the mandatory to implement by the Lok Sabha in, of course, money bill. So here the one is going to be correct. Let you inform the one details of the my dear, of course, the important the point of the money bill. That as we know that when the money bill returned to the Lok Sabha within amendment, yes, made by a Rajya Sabha, yes, it is open to a Lok Sabha to accept or reject. Remind us, when the money bill returned to a Lok Sabha with amendment made by the Rajya Sabha, as we know, it is open to Lok Sabha to accept or reject any or all of the recommendation. When the Lok Sabha chosen to accept or decline the money bill with or without the recommendation, yes, money bill is deemed passed in both houses. Yes, money bill, as we know that money bill is deemed passed in both houses. So A is going to be a correct here. Okay. Now 62. Which in the following is going to be a correct option? 62. As we know that in India, yes, the same person cannot be appointed as the governor of the two states. No, absolutely wrong, my dears. They can. Yes, one person can be, of course, same person can be governor general, of course, governor of more than two states. So is going to be incorrect. The judges of the High Court of the state in India are appointed by the governor of the state, just as yes, judges of the Supreme Court are appointed by the president. No, judge of the High Court is also appointed by the, of course, the president. So it is going to be wrong. Now, no, the procedure has been laid in the Constitution of India for removal of the Governor General. No, that is also wrong, of course, because no procedure has been laid down in the Constitution of the Constitution of India for the removal of the governor, yes, from his post. So it's also wrong. Now D, as you know, 62 is going to be a appropriate answer here. D is why, because as we know, because you don't have the other choice, no, that's why. So because in the case of the union territory having the legislative, the setup, the chief minister is appointed by the, of course, LT governor on the basis of the majority support. Absolutely correct indeed. Why it shows that, because as we know that, yes, lieutenant the governor is the charge of, as we know, lieutenant the governor, of course, is in charge of the union territory, where the governor, of course, is the charge of the state. Reminder that union territory, who will be in charge of the, of course, lieutenant governor, and governor will be in charge of the state. So the rank of the lieutenant governor is the present only in the state of Delhi and, as we know, Andaman Nicobar and Pondicherry also, my dear. So in this the case of the union territory, they specified where is the legislative setup of the chief minister is appointed by the lieutenant governor. Remind you that in a union territory, and the state who will appoint governor. So here, of course, they will be correct answer. Let's see. Consider of the following the statement of the Attorney General of India. Now see, take the participate in the proceeding of the Lok Sabha. Of course, they can take the participate. Of course, we are the member of the committee of the Lok Sabha. We, as we know that, of course, that can be. So I mean 63. 63 is going to be a factual, of course, that speak in the Lok Sabha. Of course, he can speak, but vote in the Lok Sabha, no, that cannot be. That is not authorized here. So 1 to 3 is absolutely correct. So as we know that here C will be answer. B, as we know that further explanation ABC, then definitely I can say that as we know the Attorney General of India has the post parallel to any minister and the parliamentary, of course, parallel to any minister in the parliamentary. He can part, of course he can take the part in the proceeding of the either houses, whatever it's the parliament, it's a sorry lower houses, yeah, upper houses, of course he can be the member, yes, he can be the member of any committee of the parliamentary, but he has no, of course, right of the vote, but he can speak. Of course he has the right to speak in the parliamentary, but not a right to vote. So my dears, 64, let's see now. The parliamentary council make any law for whole or in the part of the India for implementing international treaty. These question asked by UPSC, of course, 5 times in a UPSC prelims examination. So it's your BVI, of course, my dears. So remind you that here, yes, without consent of any state, if that's issued of course, implementing international treaties. 64. Because as we know that parliamentary has exclusive power to the max law with respect to any of the matter, yes, in or mattered with the union list. According to entry number 14 in the union list 8, as we know that read entering into, yes, treaties and agreement with the foreign country and implementing of the treaty agreement, as we know, and is convention with the foreign country. So absolutely here in the 65, sorry, 64 B, now 65 number C. In the context of India, which one of the following the principles are implied institutionally in the parliamentary government? So, see, the member of the cabinet are the member of the parliament. 65. As we know that, of course, A is going to be because the member of the cabinet are the member of the parliament. And definitely, they are the member of the parliamentary. Here implement institutionally parliamentary government only we have to talk. So see second one, the minister hold the office till they enjoy the confidence, of course, confidence, because until unless, of course, no imposing the non-confidence motion, as we know that in the past, they will be, of course they enjoy. The minister hold the office till, as we know that, till they enjoy the confidence, of course, in a parliamentary. So 1 and 2 is absolutely, if we include of the 1 2, so as we know C gone here and D also gone. Why it is so? Because 1 2 is absolutely correct here. Now C, cabinet is the headed of, cabinet is headed by the head of the state. Definitely correct. So which one is going to be? D will be here the correct options, because the cabinet is, of course, the headed by the head of the state only one. So I mean D will be here 65. Further explanation, let you inform the my dears the way C, I'm sorry, cabinet is headed by the head of the state is not a sorry, as we know that union, sorry, it's a union cabinet. So head of the state is not going to be as, so here 1 2 will be correct answer. So here A will be correct answer, the 65. Because the further explanation, as we know that I'm the minister, yeah, the ministers, yes, minister, yeah, minister, of course, sorry, ministers can be removed by the issue, no, of course, issuing by no confidence motion. As we know that in the parliamentary, all the cabinet, as we know that the member are mandated by the constitutions to The member of the either houses of lower houses, yeah, of course, the upper houses of the Parliament of India, and the cabinet is headed by the cabinet secretary, not head of the state, my dears. So here, remind you that cabinet is headed by the cabinet secretary, that is a one IS officer, of course. So it's going to be a wrong here. So A will be correct answer. Sorry. Now 66. Consider the following a statement that the Council of the Minister and the Council of the Minister in the Centre shall be collectively responsible toward the parliamentary. Responsible toward the parliamentary. So, as we know that, of course, they're absolutely correct, because the Council of the Minister in the Centre shall be, of course, they are the totally responsible to parliamentary, of course, and second option C too, that the Union Minister shall hold the office during the pleasure of the President. How could be? Until unless confidence motion, it has been declared. So B will be also, B is wrong. Now C, the Prime Minister shall communicate to the President about the proposal of the legislation, of course. So C will be answer. Further explanation of that, as we know, 66, that see, the Council of the Minister shall be collectively responsible to the Parliament. The Prime Minister shall communicate to the President about the proposal for the legislation. Of course, he has a right, but of course, but the Union only. But if the President were to dismiss the legislation, as we know that, see, the President communicate to the President about the proposal for legislation, but the Union. If the President were to dismiss the Council of the Minister on his or her own initiative, it might trigger the constitutional crisis. Thus, in the practice of the Council Minister cannot be dismissed, of course, as long as it commands and support of the majority in the Lok Sabha, of course. So here 66 will be C option, correct. Now this is the last question of this slide. Which one of the following is the statement is going to be the correct here? The chairman and deputy chairman of the Rajya Sabha are not the member of that house. See, chairman, you know that who is going to be a Rajya Sabha. That is the president. So it's going to be absolutely wrong here, of course. But we have to choose here the correct. So chairman, not the member of the Rajya Sabha. So definitely deputy chairman is going to be a member of the Rajya Sabha, but the governor is not going to be a, sorry, the vice the president is not going to be a, so the vice the president is a chairman of Rajya Sabha. So one is going to be absolutely wrong here. Now second, while the nominated member of the two houses of the parliamentary have no voting right in the presidential election, they have a right to vote in the, of course, the election of the vice the president. Definitely two is going to be the correction here, because the president is going to nominate of the two member of the two houses of the parliament. So definitely he will be favor of the presidential elections, who has the choice. So definitely here, my dears, I'm the 2 is going to be the correct here, and 1 is going to be wrong. So here they will be correct. Let the explains once again. I'm going to repeat that. So nominated member of the Rajya Sabha have right to vote, yes, in the election of the vice the president, yes, so far none from them as has been, yes, inducted in the council minister. Remind you that. So of course, for the chance that here is going to be the correct answer. So this is all about the public administration and Indian government's video tutorial. Next question we will proceed in the next video tutorial. So thank you guys, have a great time, and please like and subscribe to my channel if in any way my video is going to be beneficial.